Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, I know a few high limit credit cards, okay, that I'm gonna share with you, and some of them may be better than like a Chase credit card, right? And the reason they're better is because of the options that they actually offer. All right. So that being said, let's jump right into this. Now, the first card I'm talking about is the Flex One card. Okay. Now, the Flex One card, yes, it's a business card. Okay. However, the reason that I think this is better than the Chase card, because it is an unsecured credit card and it's only going off the revenue of the business. So there's no hard pull on your credit. Okay. They're just verifying the income going into your bank account. All right. And anybody can apply for this here card. Now, one of the interesting things about it is that, like, it's only certain states that they do not offer this card in. And that's like California, Nevada, South Dakota, North Dakota, and Vermont. Okay. So if you're in one of those states, this card isn't for you. However, the reason that this card I think is better than a Chase card, because you don't have to pay any interest or make a payment for 60 days. They give you 60 days, no interest on this here card, okay? And you don't have to make a payment. That's the reason why. So if you're using this card for qualified purchases and stuff like that, this card can give you a lot of leverage, especially if you running a tight ship, you know, and you're depending on customers coming in to pay and stuff like that. This is definitely one of those cards you should take a look at. All right. Now, the minimum income, the minimum they start at, excuse me, not the minimum income, but the minimum they start at, they approve starting at $1,000. Okay. And that's off the business income and off the business bank account. All right. So they use your plaid. All right. So that's the reason why that card is so important. Now, here's another one. It's with Divvy. Okay. Again, Divvy is one of those EIN only cards, just going off the revenue of the business. So you're not having to worry about your personal credit. If you have a registered business, they will qualify you. Now, another card I think that gives you a lot of leverage is the Capital on Tap card. Okay. Now, here's the thing about it with the Capital on Tap card is that it doesn't work for you if you are a sole proprietor. All right. And that's one of the things, and I'll tell you some loans that you should take a look at as well, especially if you have bad credit. I'll tell you some loans that you should be going after as well. Now, the thing about it, people that do not have registered businesses, that have side hustles, all right, I continue to tell you, you're leaving money on the table, because a lot of companies, they will open up the floodgates, even if you have horrible credit, as long as you can show revenue in the business. All right. And so that's why I continue to tell you guys, if you're going to do a side hustle, you should actually register that side hustle as a real business. That way, when you have bad credit and you need access to capital, then you're able to raise the capital you need to keep your business going. All right. So that's the reason why I tell you to go for that Capital on Tap. Now, the minimum revenue for the Capital on Tap, all you have to do is have at least $2,500 in monthly revenue. That's all you have to have. And it's a unsecured revolving credit card. Now, I would tell you this. Please be careful, because I tell you guys about the Capital on Tap card. If they ask for proof of invoices or your taxes, you have to provide that to them. If you don't, they will lock up the card. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you something else that definitely will keep people from getting funding. Is with a virtual address. And I'm going to tell you why. Excuse me. Here's the thing about it. A lot of people in the past, they may have used that address, okay? And they may have gotten credit under that address. Well, sometimes when that address becomes red flag, then this is going to make it challenging for you. Even if you have a brand new business, right? But however, because you have that address that's been recycled and used in the past, that address may be flagged. And so that's the reason why certain lenders will not approve you. Okay. And I know there's a lot of information online and a lot of YouTubers and stuff, but many of them, they do not tell you that. They cannot explain to you why you're getting denied. And it may have, like I said, has nothing to do with your credit. But that address, especially when you're trying to get business funding, if their address is flagged, a lot of banks will deny you for that. Okay, so that's something you have to take into consideration as well. Now, another card you may want to, if you have a Stripe account, then Stripe has a credit card as well. And they issue you loans through the card off of the revenue that's coming into the business. Okay, so Stripe Capital is also something you want to take a look at. Another great card you want to take a look at is the American Express Plum card. Okay, and the reason why is because with the American Express Plum card, they give you up to 60 days, okay, to make your first payment with no interest. All right, so that's the reason why that's a good credit card. And like you have your other and it's by it being a revolving card, and it's a low-hanging fruit credit card. That credit card is probably one of your top easiest credit cards. Let's look at American Express. All right, of course, it's not bad credit. However, like with your Plum card, you should be able to qualify for that card with a 640. Now, your easiest credit cards with American Express would be like your Delta Gold. Okay, that's also a easy American Express credit card because all you need is a 650, 660 credit score for that card as well. Now, as I was telling you about different loans and stuff, when you have bad credit and you have a business revenue, that would be like Fair Figure. Okay, so with Fair Figure, all you need is $2,500 revenue in the business, plus they give you 2 trade lines, and those trade lines, they report on your business credit file as well. Okay, so Fair Figure. Another one, again, if you just want easy money, even if you don't have a registered business, then like I said, with Giggle Finance. So with Giggle Finance, of course, they will give you up to $10,000. Now, the minimum revenue with them is only $1,500. But however, you have to show deposits for at least 3 to 4 times a month, and you have to be in business for at least 90 days. Okay, so just giving you some insight in terms of if you have revenue in the business and you need a loan and you know that you have terrible credit, those are also some places that you can look. If you need any help with business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.